Hey, listeners. Welcome to the Dumb Stuff Podcast. We're not dumb, we just talk about dumb stuff. Stop me if you've already heard this one. So a rocket scientist, a social worker, an unemployed businessman, a security specialist, and a software manager walk into a bar. What do they talk about? This podcast is basically their conversation. We're just a small group of high school friends from Middle America. We're separated by several thousand miles, but brought back together thanks to a global pandemic quarantine and a regular Zoom meeting. Kurt is our resident rocket scientist. Joe is our resident social worker. Shane is our resident unemployed businessman. Mick is our resident security specialist. And last but certainly not least, Frank is our resident software manager. Now, let's join the Zoom meeting. Already in progress.
Hey, we're recording tonight. Excellent.
I'm just going to always record. If it's not usable, it's not usable.
So Kurt, did you get the trim done? Did the boys get the trim done?
Oh, it's going to be worked on all week. I worked on it a little bit this morning. I got one piece done. Actually, it needs to be painted before I hang it, so it's in the garage drying.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
You fixed it.
All right.
Now Mick, don't touch anything.
I know. It's hard.
Stop
Is that
pushing buttons, old man.
Is that a background Mick or is that an office?
That's
It's yeah, we moved the tables around a little bit, so yeah, this is the office.
Don't you recognize the t-shirt press behind him? Isn't that a
I see
t-shirt
a little bit, yeah.
iron-on thing, Mick?
Yes, it is.
You should be sending us t-shirts, man, with that kind of access to that kind of equipment like that.
What do you want to say? We haven't been able to-
Stuff.
Surprised me.
Stuff. Make one that says NASA, but spell it wrong. NASA.
NASHA.
A
Hey,
couple
Kurt,
extra.
I found another slide rule. We went out doing our little thing,
Mm-hmm.
except they call it a midget slide rule, but it means it's circular.
Oh, interesting. It's not for small people.
No, it's not for small people.
I don't have one like that. That's cool.
Where did you get that?
Estate sales.
And it's literally called a midget slide rule.
The slide rule instructions.
Wow.
The midget slide rule, Eugene. Yeah, that's a big company. I've heard of that company.
So it is kind of interesting. The one thing I did learn, you can do multiplication on it. It's way harder than a calculator, but you can do multiplication and division.
Mm-hmm. And you learned how to do it.
Yeah.
I haven't learned how to do it on my slide rule collection.
So here, this is it tells you how in the manual on this thing.
That's probably
It's
why
weird
I don't
'cause-
have any manuals.
Yeah. This one is the key is, let's see, they've named this thing L, and when you move it, it moves the other one.
Uh-huh.
But when you move this one,
What?
Oh.
What? Interesting. So, okay, multiply, what do you want to
single
do?
digits, please.
How many? How many digits? I missed it.
Single digits.
I was about to ask how many digits you could do. Okay,
Well, up to 20, I think.
multiply 8 by 7. That one always throws me.
Oh, Lordy. Now, well, I say I remember to do it, but I gotta read up on it again. It's kind of confusing, and I probably do it wrong the first couple of times.
That's all right. We got time.
So it says set L to 8, and I'm going to set 7 for the S to 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't ask you to do 10.
Well, listen. Turn L until S is at 7. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll turn L till S is at 7. And I don't know, Kurt. It goes up to, see, it doesn't work right for me. It doesn't work right every time. Maybe you got to
Well,
set L to 7.
Mick, maybe you should invest in a calculator.
I know.
Does
I think I
anybody
know.
in the meeting know what 8 times 7 is? Anyone?
56?
I can never remember. That's the one I always have trouble with. That's why I asked Mick to do it on a slide rule. Frank, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
I was wondering if that was your house, because that register behind your head is like, looks like 100 years old.
So that's part of the remodel from last year.
Cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I should show you the other ones.
Is that like antique, or is it like
No,
a
this is
modern
plastic.
reproduction? Okay.
But the one, I don't know, here, let me go, I'll show you this other one that's kind of cool. They were handmade, I guess. Ugh, not that you guys care, but
Old man.
no.
That's what an old man sounds like when he gets out of bed, guys.
Exactly what an old man sounds like.
What? That is crazy.
So it's like a picture frame with the metal in it.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
So you just
So-
bought that at like an antique store or what?
So our interior designer had paid somebody to do it. So
Your daughter?
Hired
no,
interior
Who's your
designer,
interior designer?
but you won't
Your
be there.
wife?
no, so
Thanks,
the-
Mick.
I didn't hear what Mick said.
He's a tie.
You'll hire- Yeah, you'll hire interior designer, but you won't pay Kurt $20.
Hold on.
to watch Tiger King.
I'm asking him which one of his family members is his interior designer. We're getting there, folks.
No, my wife hired the interior designer. I would never have done that.
So
Wait
we
a
need to tell
second.
her to do.
You
to
don't-
get in that phase.
So
it's-
your wife is a big spender. So we need to have some conversations with her when we need you to buy stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. It's our stager for real estate. She goes in and stages houses and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So she's an interior designer.
Hmm.
So
All right. Frank has an interior designer, but he won't.
yes.
He won't pay Kurt $20 to watch Tiger King.
No, I will not.
Well,
at all.
that's to be fair. That's just contributing to delinquency. So I get it.
Have you watched Tiger King yet, Frank?
No,
He's never gonna
So
watch Tiger
disappointed
King,
in you, I
Shane.
know.
I will never watch it.
So disappointed.
That's what my parents used to say too.
They still do, don't they?
I'm sure.
They still do.
So anything new going on, guys? Any new jobs or anything?
mean,
Shane's
Shane.
asking us if we have any new jobs. Do you think he's asking this so that we will reciprocate and ask him about his new job?
Did you
Shane,
finally get one?
Any new
Not
jobs?
really. Not really. Not yet, Frank, but hopefully soon.
I
My
hope
new
so.
job is
What are you
working around
wanting
the
to do?
house.
Make money.
Well, you can sit on your butt on the couch and make money nowadays.
I'm
but
doing that.
I
I'm
know you
doing
are.
that
We
too.
know.
thanks to Kurt and Mick and myself
We're
and Joe.
Mostly you, Frank. You're in my state.
Oh, that's true.
we're all contributing to your delinquency. Hey, do you want to show
No.
everybody your new pajama pants? She'll be right back.
Joe is going to be so mad. You better take a screenshot. Look at Frank heard about her modeled her pants. Look at me. Got real close to the camera now. Frank's usually like this. Now he's like this.
Can you see them?
Yeah, see him.
Are
They're
those
pajama
Joe or
pants. They're
Kurt?
pajama pants.
Joe
Are
pants.
they Kurt or Joe?
Wait, let me screen grab. There you go.
Or Joe's
Pink.
pants.
No, they're me.
Is it Joe?
They're me.
Oh, is it you?
Oh,
They
So does she have one down?
Mother's Day present.
That was
I'm
a Mother's Day
sorry.
present for me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Frank says I'm
Wow.
sorry. I got her 2 pairs because
Did you get her
how
the
much I
matching
love
socks?
her.
Did you get her
They
the
want to know if I gave you matching socks. No, that's gonna be. I'm holding out for.
That's
That'll be
Christmas.
birthday, Christmas.
So Kurt, did you do something special in the crotch area?
All right, I did do a screen grab. Let me post that into the chat. Maybe Joe will
Did you
see
did
it.
you at least get the right size this time so she didn't have to wait 3 years to wear them?
Wait, she heard me say.
Anything that he can put up as his profile picture.
Here's Joe. Joe just
Oh,
popped in. You just have to
Joe-
get closer to the camera though, because they couldn't tell if it was me. Just put your leg up.
I'm supposed to put my leg up there.
Look at these pants, Joe.
Hi.
Those match my socks.
They match my socks, he says.
Yes, they do. I
Can
have
you
an
s-
extra pair. I'll send them to you.
So do you guys ever like, you're getting so old where you take a picture of something just so you could zoom in?
I've done that a couple
yes,
times. Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Oh my
like
God.
labels that have really small font.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to read my W-2 here and I can't even,
Okay.
Ooh, how much did you
not on a
make?
W-2. This has been like on little labels with, like
You
4-point
might need to
font.
remodel the house again if you put 100-year-old lighting in it.
Hey, am I freezing up still?
Yeah.
You're
You guys can see my font.
definitely blocky. You can't do a speed test on your tablet?
I can. Let me check it real quick. Like I told you a minute ago,
I
it
thought
was
that's
12.
what you were doing. That was on
I
your
did
phone
it.
though.
No, it's right here on my screen. I'm
I
just
don't
not
believe
sharing
you.
it with you. No, my
Oh,
phone's
you
right
just
here. I was
you just
taking a
locked up
picture.
again.
No, it shouldn't be
'Cause
locked up. I'm at like 36.
12 shouldn't be a problem. I mean, this should
at-
only use a couple megs, honestly.
I'm at
This shouldn't use more than a
37,
couple megs.
38.
So it did improve. Shane, what company? Who provides your internet?
Comcast.
Do you have options, or are you stuck with the one?
That's the one, I think. I'm not sure if I can get another one. I've seen it advertised around here, but I don't know if I can get it.
I'm stuck with Spectrum, which used to be Bright House, because my neighborhood doesn't. AT&T doesn't come to my neighborhood for some stupid reason. It's
I think
like a dead
AT&T
end. They won't come down. They won't come down the small streets. They'll only go up the main streets. Major
Yeah, I want to
streets.
get that fiber optic stuff, but it doesn't come in my neighborhood either.
That's what AT&T is. It's high speed digital fiber optic. But we can all get SpaceX's Starlink, Elon Musk's Starlink soon. That'll
when do
give
you
you
think that'll be?
100 megs. Well, in the northern latitudes, they've had it for like a year. So just give it another year, and probably the whole world will have it.
I didn't
Afterwards,
realize
and
he
I
was so
watched the
weird.
skits. Oh, I knew. Yeah, if you've ever seen an
Did you
interview
know
with him, he's very
Kurt's-
uncomfortable.
Did you know he had Asperger's, Frank?
No, not
I
until
didn't
then.
know that. I didn't know it until then either.
Kurt's a devotee.
It's obvious that he's on the spectrum somewhere.
I would just like to know, Kurt, if he said, all my followers, shave your head, put on your orange robe, go to Kennedy Space Center and pray. I want to know if you would be joining them. Because
I'm not,
something tells me you would be there.
I'm not going to shave my head for Elon
Would you
Musk.
Would you drink the Kool-Aid, Kurt?
Yeah, oh, he's
Oh, I
already drank the
love
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
He's drank it already.
I love
He's an
Man,
idiot.
I miss Kool-Aid. When's the last time you've all had Kool-Aid? Like proper.
Long time.
Joe, that is not Kool-Aid.
To me, this is Kool-Aid.
I can't remember last time I had Kool-Aid. Do they still sell that?
Yeah, they do.
You can buy it, Kurt, like me on the stuff you squirt in your drink.
I don't think that counts. I mean, it only counts if you put in the powder and a whole bunch of
The
sugar.
5 pounds of sugar.
5 pounds of sugar, and you stir it up, and you still have sugar at the bottom, and you got to stir it up more.
It's 1 cup of sugar to 1 pack.
Wow.
It makes how many gallons? A gallon?
Remembers
That's
that
a-
having the sugar in there. And you have to
That's
stir it
2 quarts.
Every time you wanted to drink it, stir it, get the sugar floating around.
Yep.
2 quarts. What is that? A half a gallon? I don't know the translation.
Yes. Half a gallon.
So it takes,
Bless you,
bless you,
Mick.
Mick. So it takes 2 packets and 4 cups of sugar to make a gallon?
Two cups.
Well, they
Oh,
didn't
2
have, they
cups.
don't have Kool-Aid in England. That was rough. That was a rough 3 years of my childhood.
That is.
That
All-
explains it.
England had some cool stuff though that we didn't have.
That's where you get that accent, Mick.
Mhm.
I forgot about your Britain your English years. That's
Well,
where that
yeah.
accent comes
Just
from.
little twinge in there, right? You can pick
Yeah.
that up.
Frank's camera has 2 modes, ceiling or crotch. Nothing in between. Frank, you're supposed to
What's
aim
that?
the camera so that the top of your head is at the top of the frame, not your chin. Thank you.
What's that?
Thank you. I can now be able to see
Yeah.
tonight. That's a pet peeve of
Much,
mine
much
is people
better.
that don't know how to point their cameras. And I see a lot of them in the meetings at work.
I don't turn my camera on at work.
Have you guys ever fallen asleep during a meeting for
Oh,
work?
yeah.
No, but
Oh,
I've
yeah.
fallen in love during a meeting for work.
That's funny. That's what I thought you were about to say.
That was pretty good,
Joe,
Joe.
Joe, has
That
it
was
been in,
good.
Joe, did it happen in this meeting?
No, I said for work. This is a separate
Oh,
meeting
okay.
that I may or may not have fallen in love with
Hey,
someone
Can I
during.
ask Joe what his name was?
Okay, Joe, the serious question. Serious question. In this meeting, who would you pick out of the 4 of us?
He's already picked Kurt.
Oh no.
Serious question.
For what?
As his lover?
As his lover?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Frank is trying to get us really good
I-
ratings.
I gotta say, for being a pale, just lily white guy, Frank, you would be a nice mix.
Yeah.
You'd add some color to my life.
And some hair. And
Some hair.
And you can't go wrong with the hair.
That's what I thought,
realize-
Joe.
Frank's the only one that's dark still, got hair on the top of his head. He's not wearing glasses.
For the record, you guys know that I have hair. I just have been
Shave it.
shaving it for the summer.
Sure.
We believe you.
I
Weeks
know.
ago.
I believe
Eye
you.
roll.
Shane, who would you pick?
Yeah, Shane.
Oh, this is tough. If I have to pick one, I'm only going to say it once.
He
Did you
just
hear that?
muted himself.
Did you hear it? 'Cause I'm
No.
always-
You didn't cut off. We can tell when you're muted.
We
It,
can
it
tell when
turns
you're
red.
cutting out.
What you
if I had to pick anybody in this meeting, it would be me.
No, you can't.
We already know that's true.
we know you're in love with yourself.
Okay, Mick.
You picked me?
They
No,
want to
I'm
know who
asking
you would pick.
I'm asking you.
Mick, again, is not in this meeting. He's just flying through it without even listening to nothing. Mick's doing his homework on the side. We can't.
I gotta say,
Sorry,
Mick,
it's a really bad habit. I mean, that's why I
Mick,
do at work all day. I'm in
Mick,
one
I might
meeting,
have
I'm
picked
doing stuff.
1988 you.
1988, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, if we can go back to 88.
yeah.
Wow, we
I'm
were all
just
pretty
saying.
hot back in 1988.
Not me. Never hot.
Hey, what was said today by the CDC? Are we doing away with masks now or something?
Yeah, masks are no longer required if you're vaccinated.
I assume I'm the only one in this group that's been vaccinated, right?
I am.
Oh, okay.
So Mick, did your work make you get vaccinated, or was it your choice?
It was my choice because we were going to England.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons.
Yep, that rings a bell.
So-
if you
Put
weren't
your
if you
picture
weren't
back
going
up,
to
your video.
England, would you have done it?
Probably, but that was just I mean, there's no reason not to get it.
So, okay,
I
so
don't-
here's the
I'm not-
ethical
Well,
question.
I don't want to grow a tail.
If the CDC.
That's my reason.
I got a friend of mine that said that they're going on his honeymoon, and he goes, "I'm not getting. Am I freezing?
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done."
Yeah. No,
A
stay
little
on,
bit.
Shane. It's funny.
Just turn your video off. Maybe that'll help.
We like listening to you like you're talking through the Matrix when they're going through the phone lines.
Will it work if I shut the video off? Does that help?
No,
Well,
Yeah, man,
we
that's
will let
so
you know.
no, it still sounds bad.
So anyway, the friend of mine
Oh my
didn't
gosh.
want to get vaccinated, but he might too to have to get onto an airplane. And I said to him, "All you gotta do is fake that card, just copy somebody in your family, put your name on it."
You don't have
Yeah,
to get
it'd be so
vaccinated
easy.
on an airplane.
Again, I still don't understand what is the fear about getting vaccinated. 100 years ago, they were giving out the polio vaccine and people just got it
That was risky.
Some of them died.
from the vaccine.
Yeah, there's been 4,000
Well,
people
yeah,
that have died
Okay,
from the vaccine.
so talk the math. If that's your defense, you got to use
It's
the
not my
math.
defense.
Okay, so what's the math? The millions of people that have died from the disease versus the 4,000 out of 7 billion people in the world that have died from the vaccine.
Oh yes, oh yes.
You guys need to get vaccinated. All of you.
I'm going to. My wife will never do it. I'm going
Well, during flu season every year, does everybody get vaccinated from the flu?
to. I do.
Frank?
No, I
Joe?
do not.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the
Yeah.
healthcare field, so you don't count. Mick?
Usually, unless I don't get around to it.
Our standard mode of operation was we did when we had little ones because we were trying to protect them. But we haven't, as adults, haven't gotten flu shots in probably 10 years. And we're not dead.
It can kill you just
And-
like COVID.
And we haven't come down with the flu either.
Yet.
Right. I haven't been hit
Because
by a car
because
recently,
every
too.
vaccine,
Yeah.
every artificial thing you put in your body has a risk. So you have
Yeah.
to trade off the risk for putting the artificial thing in your body versus the risk that you're actually going to get the thing that you're trying to avoid.
Well, and it's all about risk. But I mean, how far do you carry that argument, right? Wow, I've driven drunk hundreds of times and I've never yet had a car accident. Therefore, I don't think dying in a drunk driving accident is real. There's math that you need to look at.
Well, the extreme version of that is never leaving the house. I do leave the house, so I'm not at the far extreme, right? There is
Yeah.
everything's a spectrum, and
Yeah.
you're making it sound like Frank and I are the far extremists.
You are.
That's
I
what.
think,
Hey,
I
Kurt,
don't
hold on.
I don't think your arguments. I think it comes
Kurt.
down to reasonable arguments. and
That's
I
what
don't-
liberals do, Kurt.
Frank is the extremist. Frank is the extremist.
Donald Trump told Frank not to get the vaccine. He's not.
I
getting
mean,
That's right.
reasonable risk.
What is out there that you decide, no, I'm not going to do that. That's too far.
Well, I think there's the general reasonable risk, and I don't ask me numbers, but I'm sure they could get someone somewhere could pull up numbers.
If somebody said, don't go to bed, don't go to sleep because there's people that have died in their sleep. I mean, there has to be, you can't do everything that everybody in the world says to do because there's been proof or some bad thing has happened.
Okay, so I'm not saying that either. I hope you understand. I'm not saying you have to do everything to protect yourself. I'm saying reasonable risk.
It's
I
pretty
would
risky.
say-
It's pretty
I
risky to
argued-
drive on the highway.
How many people get the flu every year and
Joe,
don't die?
It's super
How many
risky to
people
drive
get
a
COVID and don't
motorcycle.
die?
It's super risky to drive a
Oh,
motorcycle, and yet
it
you
is.
do. So
Right,
I mean,
and-
you're drawing the
So,
line somewhere.
And that's true. And if I die on a motorcycle, that's on me. Absolutely. But if I'm riding a motorcycle and I'm being irresponsible and I kill somebody else, that's on me too.
If you get COVID and you didn't get the shot, it's on you.
Yeah.
If you give
But
it
if
to
you
your kids,
spread COVID because you didn't get the shot, that's on you too. And it's a difference between my rights versus my responsibilities. And there is a responsibility I think we have to the public to prevent the spreading of the disease.
even if you get the shot, you can still carry and give it to someone.
You can,
True.
but the numbers are going way down, at least according to what the CDC says. But I am saying that the risks go down with the shot. I'm not saying it's 100%. I think it's a common thing for people to defend their rights so much that they neglect their responsibilities.
So I hope I'm not freezing them up. I'm not freezing up. My internet was pretty good. I wasn't going to get the shot for the longest time. And when Joe said, these shots have been around for a long time, they just kind of tweaked it to fix
Yeah.
COVID. So I went out and read about it a little bit. And yes, they have. They've been around for a long time.
Thank you,
That's
Shane.
why-
You're the first person that's ever
why I
listened
got
to
a
me.
personal- I did a little more research and I thought, you know what? I'm 50 something years old. If I grow a tail now, who cares? You know, that's the way I look at it, Kurt. Now, if I was 12, I wouldn't want a tail.
Maybe it feels good when you play with it.
I think, guys, I think
What if it
offended
caused?
Frank.
What if it caused you to stroke out and die?
It could.
Well,
To be honest, Joe, though, you're probably the one that changed my mind more on any of this, but I have went out and read a lot about it, and I probably will go get the shot. I have a doctor's appointment May 25th, so I'm probably going to wait till then, see if they'll just do it in the office.
you're a good man, Shane. You all should listen to me.
Then I'm going to come home and I'm going to show my shot. And I'm going to put a quarter on it and see if it sticks like everybody says.
What?
What?
You guys
You know,
ever
my-
heard that?
No.
Nope.
My
They-
14-year-old got her shot yesterday.
Tell her, take a quarter or a nickel and stick it and see if it sticks to it. They say that's the new trend. It's sticking to it.
Why would it stick?
I have no idea. That's why they're just saying.
Because
weird.
it's turning people into Spider-Man. So they can stick to
That's
Kurt,
that's
I
better
wish
than
you
a
would
tail.
Google quarter sticking to vaccine shot.
Okay. Maybe I'm trusting of the FDA and all this more, or the CDC more than you guys, but I'm willing to try treatments
Yeah, other
that are
things,
just newly approved, even if there's bad side effects or even if they don't work. So some of it's, are you willing to risk that?
So
Shane is
I
trying
knew it
to
was-
Shane is trying to propagate falsehoods on the internet again
I
because
said I
videos-
saw the videos.
scientists have totally debunked these COVID vaccine magnet challenge videos, and Shane's trying to propagate a lie, like he
Even
does.
if it was a magnet, why would a nickel work? That's
I
not
don't
made
know.
of steel.
But the one I watched is she had her shot and you can see where it went in and she took a quarter, pushed it up there and literally pulled her finger away and it stayed there. And then she pushed it down like this and it fall off her arm.
What are her rest of her videos? Is she a magician?
Possibly.
You should have looked through her YouTube channel before reporting on this.
I knew it was a joke. I knew it was.
Oh, guys, did you see that commercial on
I knew it was a
Kurt's
joke.
thing? In the
No.
upper right-hand corner where it says AT&T Fiber?
We were just talking about that.
It said, you're
Mhm.
not a bad friend, you just have slow internet. And I thought of Shane.
That's great. Wait a second. Do you think it's a coincidence that we were just talking about AT&T Fiber and then it showed up as an ad? Because
No,
I've never
that's not
gone
a
to their
coincidence.
website.
That happened to my daughter several weeks ago. I texted her about, have you looked at George Fox University? And like within 3 days, she started getting emails from George Fox University.
Now, you guys know that that's true because I talked to a guy about it, an advertising guy. He came in and he said, it's not regulated by the government. He goes, they're listening. All this stuff listens to you. He said, and you should get into it right now while it's legal because it's targeting the words that they say.
Yep, I'm not surprised to hear you. Well, that goes back to that. What was that? That Netflix show?
The one that,
The documentary about social
Yeah.
media, how bad social
Yeah.
media is. The Social Dilemma.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I'm switching topics here. Did you guys, I know we've talked about this in the distant past. Did any of you guys ever end up watching Hamilton or watching it again?
I
With,
watched it once.
once.
You guys didn't like it that much?
Well, I watched it
would
with the subtitles
probably-
but it was 3 hours long. I don't know if I want to waste another 3 hours.
I just finished yesterday. I finished the biography that the musical was based on. It was fascinating. I loved it. I loved listening to that story. And now I finished it and then I listened to the music of the soundtrack again. And then actually yesterday and today I listened to the audio book about the musical, like how they came up with the songs and stuff.
Wow.
Can I ask you a
You're a
question?
regular Hamilton head now.
Is the
That's good.
soundtrack the entire movie?
Are you asking, is there any dialogue in the show?
Yeah, I couldn't remember if there was actually just talking.
No dialogue, but it was fascinating to listen to the.
Who's a good dog? Who's a good
Say,
dog?
who's a good dog? Come here, Niagara. Niagara, come here.
It's been scientifically proven that dogs' tongues are not actually that
Come here.
clean.
Come here.
What?
I'm sure your dog's tongue is perfectly clean though, Mick. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I lick it clean every night. Yeah,
Anyway,
Oh man.
it was fascinating to read the book about the musical. It was written by
You didn't really read it.
Manuel Miranda, and his whole concept of integrating rap and hip hop into classical Broadway musical styles, that kind of thing. It was really
I
good.
respect him for doing it because he brought a whole new audience
Yeah.
to to that area. But when I watched the musical on Disney Plus or wherever it was,
Yeah.
I wasn't like enthralled by it. I
Well,
just
I don't know
watched
if
it
you-
and it was entertaining, I
You're a
guess.
NASA
And
engineer.
yeah, my
Although
brain doesn't work
you-
like yours.
I want to make that
I'm
argument.
not swayed by emotion.
Well, true. I would love to make that argument, but then you've done musicals.
I liked it because I learned something, and I
Oh.
thought, man, if they taught history like this, I would have freaking listened a lot more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Kurt, you've
yeah,
done
I learned some-
musicals.
I
so
I
I'm a
learned
never
little
knew
bit
Alexander
surprised.
Hamilton was black. I learned that.
Yeah, exactly.
Still didn't know that. I'm 50 years old. I just learned that.
I just found that out right now.
Yes, Joe.
I have no idea where you learned that, Mick, because Alexander Hamilton in the musical was Puerto Rican.
Oh,
Yeah, way to go, Mick.
Mick's a racist.
Wait, nice
They're all
job,
black.
Mick.
You think blacks and Puerto Ricans are the same? That's
Oh,
Wow,
racist.
wow,
Mick.
Mick. Wow.
Jeez, cross
on
that
you,
line,
Mick.
why don't you?
Come here, Rock. Come here.
Part of my problem when I watched it, I did not have the closed captioning on, so I will probably, I
It
intend,
makes it,
it's still in my queue. I intend to watch it again and have the closed caption on, and I might
can't
catch
get
more.
into it.
Hey, Joe. I do want to have a
You're not the
Hulu
target
watch party
audience, though, Mick.
sometime. I want to try that.
really? What are we gonna watch, Mick or Shane?
I don't know. I want to do a watch party. And then
Mick and Shane and I can do a Hulu watch party. Sorry, Kurt. Shane, why don't you invite
I
us
don't know
to
if you can
something?
hear me rolling my eyes.
I do want to try it though sometime.
I'm
to see what
sorry.
it's like.
That's the usual background noise we hear, Kurt.
That's because I'm always rolling my eyes at you. All right, we're about to get cut off.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. See you next week.
See you next week.
I'm good.
Mick, I'll see you this week while you're home. When you get home sometime, I'll come by.
All right. I'll drive by your house every other day.
Just honk and wave.
On the way. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Hey, look at you. You just listened to an episode of the Dumb Stuff Podcast. You're so hip and popular and good looking. If you enjoyed listening, tell your friends. And if you hated the experience, well, maybe we can just keep that between ourselves, okay? If you want to contact us for any reason, just drop us a line. Our email address is talkaboutdumbstuff@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So, until next time, see ya. And promise us you won't do any dumb stuff. Thanks.